trauma-informed yoga practice, and I'm looking forward to feeling a lot more relaxed. I already do. As for the last session with Brad, we did some mindfulness meditation, and now we're doing trauma-informed yoga. I'm going to pass it on to Nicola. Thank you so much, everyone, for being here today.
Okay, so hello, everybody, and welcome. So I hope you are starting to ground yourself out and feeling relaxed. So we're actually going to start a grounding exercise. So we're going to start in standing today, or what is called Tadasana or mountain. So we're going to stand with feet hip distance apart or a little bit wider if that's more comfortable to you. So again, your choice. Everything in yoga is a choice. So a reminder, I am just here as a guide. If any of the poses do not speak to you, please come into a pose that you feel more comfortable in. So from here, we're just going to ground down through the soles of the feet. Now, when we do that, we're going to curl up the toes. We're going to ground down through the big toe mound and the baby toe mound and just feel into that. Then spread the toes wide, plant them down. And that engages your arch support and your Achilles. Now from here, we're just going to grow tall in the spine, pull the shoulders back and down. Hands can rest just lightly on your hips. And then engage the calf muscles, slight micro bend in the knees, engage the thighs, engage the glutes. Zip up your Uddiyana Bandha, which is your pelvic floor, to the start of your rib cage. So your core. Arms spread out to the sides. Now engage your arms, engage your lower arms, deltoids, biceps, and spread out the fingers wide, just like a starfish would be on a beach. Now we're engaging everything here. Now maybe float the eyes closed and concentrate on your breath. Or rest with your gaze about 4 or 5 feet ahead. Still engaging everything. Ground down through your feet, ground down through your heels. Come heavy in your heels now. Take a nice long deep breath in, expand the chest, expand the rib cage, and exhale out the mouth. Again, inhale, grow tall. Exhale, blow out the mouth like blowing out a candle. Again, inhale through the nose. Exhale through the mouth. We're just going to do 3 breaths just like that. 3 more. Inhale. But this time we're going to raise the shoulders up towards the ears. And then exhale, pull the shoulders back and down. Relax the whole body. Again, inhale, raise the shoulders up towards the ears. Exhale, pull the shoulders back and down. Again, relax the whole body. You may start to feel energy coming out the palms of your hands. Maybe just take the thumbs across the fingers and just brush out the fingers. Again, inhale, take the shoulders up towards the ears. Exhale, the shoulders back and down. So we know that hold a lot of stress and tension in the shoulders. And this is how we start to release that and let go. Now from here, I'm going to show you a bit more of a deeper grounding exercise, which you can actually do in a busy mall, in a supermarket. Maybe when you're sat at a desk and you get stressed, this is a grounding exercise. So we're going to, again, spread the arms wide, or maybe bring the arms out to a T. Now, if you were doing it at a desk, you'd probably relax a little bit more. So we're going to come up onto the tippy toes, maybe bringing the hands to the thighs, exhale the heels back down. Engage through the core, micro bend in those knees, come up onto the tippy toes, exhale the heels back down. And keep going. Inhale, come up. Exhale, release down. Inhale, coming up. Exhale, release down. 3 more, just like that. So you start to engage the calves, taking the breath to the calf muscles now. Feel into that. And then release. Maybe shake out the legs. And then from here, we're going to bring the hands to the hips, shoulders pull back and down. And we're just going to make small circles with the hips as we rotate the hips one way. Now, if you need, you can spread out the feet just a little bit wider, making it just that little bit more comfortable. Listening to your body as you rotate the hips and breathe. And then come back to stillness. Take a few breaths here. And then consider taking the hips the other way, just circling the hips the other way. So in a trauma-informed practice, it's always good to open the hips, opening the body. And then we're releasing the psoas and starting to release any trapped energy that may be in the body from life experiences. Flowing with breath, flowing with grace, flowing with ease. And then again, coming back to stillness. Now, before we go into the warrior poses, I'm just going to explain to you that if you feel any discomfort any deeper than a 4 to 6 out of 10, please go gentler into the pose or come into a resting pose. Now, standing mountain, which is what we're in now, Tadasana, is a resting pose, or you can come into child's pose, which is what we did on Monday. So we're going to bring the feet back to hip distance apart. We're going to ground down through the left leg. Now again, spread out the toes, plant the toes down, and engage through the feet. Engage the muscles of that left leg as you raise that right leg up. Knee is level with the hip. And then slowly, slowly, mindfully, gracefully step that leg back. Now I'm going to just turn to the side so you can see me. Now the foot is now pointed to a 35 to 45 degree position. Keep a micro bend in that back knee to support the knees. Nice bend in that front knee. Now if you can't see your big toe, you need to adjust your position. The knee should not be protruding the ankle. Now hips face forwards and square. Engage the inner thighs so you protect the knees, grow tall in the spine, slight tuck in the chin. And then maybe bring the hands to the crease of the hips. Or if you wish to go deeper, we're going to raise the arms above, overhead, just by the sides of your ears, not going too deep. Hips are square, facing forwards. Inhale as we open the arms, level with the shoulders, palms facing up, and extend the chest forwards, opening the heart, the area where we hold anxiety. Breathe. Inhale as you float the arms down, reach the hands back, starting to tilt from the crease of the hip, keeping the hips square. And then inhale, reach the hands up overhead. So coming into a short flow. Exhale, grow tall in the spine. Grounding down through the front toe mounds and heel, and the back toe mounds and heel. Slight tuck in the chin. Inhale, reach the arms out wide, palms facing up. Float the hands down, reach back, and start to bend from the crease of the hips. Inhale, reach forwards and up, keeping the neck in neutral. Breathe. Again, one more time, reach the hands out wide. Float the hands down on the exhale, sweep the hands back, level with the shoulders, starting to tilt from the crease of the hip. And then inhale, reach up tall, warrior one, Virabhadrasana one. Embrace that inner warrior, finding your strength, finding grace, finding ease. Open the arms out wide, coming into warrior two. Back foot now pivots to a 90-degree position. Again, keeping that micro bend in the knee. And nice bend in that front knee. Now, you don't have to have this really wide stance. You can come closer. But again, you should be able to see your big toe. Hips are now facing to the side. Spread the arms out wide or keep the hands at the hips, your choice. Inhale as we reach forwards. So bending from the crease of that hip again, keeping the neck in neutral. Exhale, come back up. Inhale, tilt. Exhale, back up. Now you start to feel that in the quads here or the hamstrings. And if I'm going too deep, rest in, or maybe lower the arms down. Breathe. Inhale as we rotate the arms all the way down to frame the foot. Pivot on that back foot so both feet are facing forwards, and then press into the hips. Not too much weight in the hands. As you can see, I'm engaging my core, so I'm not using my wrists at all. Or you can come down to the knee to go gentler on your body and flip the foot, your choice. Pressing into the hips, again, open the area of emotion where we hold our emotions and trap energy from life experience. Press the hips in, gaze forwards, neck stays in line with the spine, and notice how that nurtures the body. Breathe. Ground into the hands, start to float that knee back and bring that knee back. And then we're just going to rest in seed pose, which is child's pose or balasana. So you can either have your knees closed, which is seed pose, or if you want a deeper opening in the hips, you can take the knees out to mat distance apart and walk the hands forwards, coming into balasana or child's pose. Maybe resting on one ear. And breathe. Now in child's pose, we are resetting the nervous system, resetting the spine. And the parasympathetic nervous system engages, which is the opposite to fight and flight. So if you really like this pose, it's because it encourages the relaxation response. Just take a few breaths here. And then maybe swapping over to the other ear. And then slowly come back up into that tabletop. We're going to plant the hands down again, making sure the neck stays in line with the spine. We're going to curl under the toes. Float those sit bones up to the sun. And then just walk the hands back to the feet. Fold in. Releasing tension in the neck, allow the head to become heavy. Keeping a micro bend in the knees or bend the knees deeply, allow your chest to rest on your thighs. Nod the head, Jess. Shake the head now. Consider bringing your hands to your ankles as you start to roll up. Just like a ragdoll, as the hands come to the shins, engaging the legs. Hands come to the knees, engage the thighs, slight tuck in the pelvis. Micro bending the knees as the hands reach out to the sides, standing mountain. And breathe. Walking back up to the top of your mat, we're now going to step that left foot back. So engaging through that right foot, curl up the toes, spread the toes, plant them down. Gives you extra stability. Hands come back to the crease of the hips. Inhale as we raise the left knee level with the hip, and then step back about 3 or 4 feet, making sure that back foot is at a 35 to 45 degree position. Again, micro bend in that back knee, nice bend in that front knee. And again, you don't have to have this really wide stance. Listening to your body. Engage the inner thighs, hips press forwards. And then slowly, mindfully, gracefully, maybe keeping the hands at the hips if you wish, or you can float the hands up by the side of your ears. Warrior One, Virabhadrasana 1. Finding your inner warrior. And breathe. Engaging through the front toe mounds and the heel, and the back toe mounds and heel. Should be able to see your big toe. If not, you maybe need to adjust your position. Hips are forwards. And again, inhale, arms out to the sides. palms facing up. Exhale, palms face down, reach back, hands level with the shoulders, bend from the crease of the hip. And then inhale, reach the hands forwards and up. And breathe. Exhale. Inhale out to the sides. Flip the hands, reach back, level with the shoulders, or as wide as the shoulders, sorry. And then inhale, reach overhead. Exhale. Flip the hands, reach back. Bending from the crease of the hip, neck extends long, keeping the neck in neutral. And then inhale, back up. Warrior one. Breathe. Inhale as we open the arms out wide, taking that back foot to a 90-degree position, coming into warrior two, keeping that bend in that front knee as the arms reach out and level with the shoulders. And then relax the shoulders, maybe going a little bit deeper. Hips are facing towards the side this time, engaging the inner thighs to protect the knees. And again, you can either have your hands on your hips. You don't have to use the arms. Your choice. Inhale, reach forward slightly. Exhale, come back up. Inhale, reach forwards. Exhale, back up. Breathe. And then slowly pivot that left arm all the way around to plant the hands down. Pivot on that back foot is really important. Both feet need to be facing forwards. And then nice bend in that front knee. You can stay right here, engage the core, bringing the tips of the fingers up. Or come down to the knee, going gentle on your body, flip the foot. Your choice. And breathe. Ground into the hands, start to straighten out that front leg as you tilt over to the side slightly and come back to that lovely child's pose. And breathe. Either resting on the forehead or resting on the chin this time. Opening the chest, coming back to that relaxation. And maybe if you want to stretch in the shoulders, maybe rocking the forehead from side to side. And when we do this, we also stretch out the lower back. Breathe. Slowly come back to center. Resting with your forehead here, take a breath here. And then consider raising the head slightly as you slowly walk the hands up towards the knees. I'm going to swing the legs around and stretch the legs out long. Now, I encourage a micro bend in the knees, or even bend the knees deeply, however you need for you and your body, listening to your body. Flexing the toes towards the nose, keeping the ankles in line with the knees, knees in line with the hips. We're going to sweep the hands back just against the sides of the hips. Coming into Dandasana or seated staff pose. From here, we're going to ground down through the sit bones, grow tall in the spine, tuck in the chin. Shoulders pull back and down. Now this particular pose will give you an energy boost. Breathe. 5 nice long deep breaths here. Now keeping that micro bend in the knee, on the next inhale, we're going to raise the arms out to the sides. Palms come together, and then on the exhale, we're going to sweep the arms out wide and start to bend from the crease of the hips, that's here, and sweep the hands underneath the knees, maybe crossing over the arms as we engage through the glutes. Pull the shoulders back and down, extend the neck out long so we're not folding into the knees here. We're in seated forward folds. The toes still flex towards the nose. Now this particular pose will encourage relaxation. Now this is the go-to pose if you are a bad sleeper at night. This will encourage again the relaxation response. So as you can probably feel, our whole body is engaged apart from the diaphragm. So when we relax the diaphragm, again, we're encouraging the relaxation response. So this is when this can encourage you to have a really good night's sleep. So I know for me, sometimes if I have an overactive mind, I do tend to use this pose right in the middle of the night when I just can't switch off. So I would encourage, if you are one of those people that can't sleep very well, I encourage at least 15 to 30 breaths in this particular pose if you are one of those people. So shoulders pull back and down. Again, neck extends long and breathing deeply here. Taking the breath to the area of discomfort. Maybe that's in the crease of the hips, maybe it's in your hamstrings. Taking the breath there, feeling into the body. Inhale as you bring the right hand by the side of the knee on the mat. Taking the left hand also by the side of the knee. As you start to inhale, engage the core. As you exhale, slowly come back up. Hug the knees in towards the chest. And just give yourself a little hug. Grow tall in spine. Breathe. Now from here, we're just going to bring the hands just underneath the soft glutes. Elbows come back behind the rib cage and slowly come down onto the elbows. Now we're going to come into a modified fish pose or Matsyasana. We're going to point the toes, keeping a micro bend in the knees. Now, normally in a regular yoga class, people will ask you to arch the spine. I'm not going to ask you to do that. We're still going to keep the neck in neutral. We're going to engage through the sit bones. We're going to arch the spine, open the chest, but keep the neck extended long, shoulders pull back and down. And breathe. Now this is particularly good for the throat chakra or voice. Breathe. Nice long deep breaths here. And then curl the chin back in towards the chest, energizing the throat. And then push the hands back up. Now our final pose, we're going to come into legs up the wall pose, which is the get out of bed pose. And I'll explain as we come down. So keeping the knees bent at a 90-degree angle, we're going to reach the hands out long, shoulders pull back and down, and then slowly come down onto the earth. We're going to bring one leg in and up towards the sun, and then the other leg in and up towards the sun. So this is legs up the wall pose. Plant the hands down, reaching down towards your thighs, placing the hands on the earth, shoulders away from the ears, neck extends long. Now from here, relax the feet, keeping that micro bend in the knees, relax the ankles, taking the breath there. Relax the calves, relaxing the thighs, the hamstrings, the quads, and allow your energy to come back to your hips. Now this particular pose is ideal for depression, anxiety, And it is the go-to pose when you just simply cannot get out of bed. So taking some nice long deep breaths here, taking the breath to the hips, the area of motion, where we can release trapped energy from life's experiences. 5 nice long deep breaths here. Maybe float the eyes closed or rest with your gaze ahead of you. And then slowly, mindfully with control, maybe consider bringing your big toes together as you bend into the knees and bring the soles down to the earth. Coming into supine butterflies, you open up the hips, maybe bringing your hands to the hips. Or if this pose is uncomfortable for you, maybe consider coming back to that teepee pose. So feet come out to mat distance apart, allowing the knees to fall in together, just like the frame of the teepee. Arms come out to the side, shoulders away from the ears. Taking a nice long deep breath. Inhale in through the nose, past the chest, deep into the rib cage, and release with a big sigh. 3 more, just like that. Feel the points of your body resting on the surface beneath you, feeling supported. And a reminder you have everything that you need in this moment as you settle into a few moments of silence, finding peace in your practice. And then slowly, mindfully start to rock the head from side to side as you start to wake up the body. Heel toe, the feet back together. Hug the knees in towards the chest, guiding your hands towards your knees. Take the left hand overhead, roll over onto the left side of the body, with the right hand in front of the heart. Pressing down with both hands, straighten out that top leg when you're ready, and coming back to a nice, easy seated position at the front of your mat, whatever that is for you. So that could be legs out long or cross-legged, whatever works for you and your body, listening in. And we're just going to seal off our practice here. So engage through the sit bones, grow tall in the spine, shoulders pull back and down. Maybe rest with your eyes closed or rest with your gaze about 2 or 3 feet ahead, your choice. Inhale as you raise the arms up overhead. And exhale the hands down through heart center. Thumbs come to the sternum, our Anahata chakra, our heart center, place of compassion, love towards yourself. Nice long inhale, grow tall in the spine, tuck in the chin, coming into prayer. May you be healthy, may you be safe, may you be peaceful. May you awaken to the light of your one true nature. Namaste. Thank you everyone for sharing in our practice today. I hope you enjoyed the flow. If you did, please let us know if you have any questions or comments. We are here for a few minutes after class and we'll be happy to answer any questions that you may have. Oops, put that the other way. Over to you, Maria.
Thank you so much, Nicola. And earlier there was someone, I'm not sure if the person had a question, so if they're reading this in the chat. I did reply back to them if they have a question or comment. Otherwise, thank you everyone for being here. Are there any questions or comments? Nicola, what is the best way to reach you if people are interested in connecting with you about upcoming yoga classes?
They can contact me via email, which is nicolayoga@outlook.com. Or if they want to subscribe via YouTube, Nicola Yoga, if you just put in Nicola Yoga in YouTube, I'm the first one that comes up after the advertising. Or if you have any gatehouse questions regarding anything to do with groups, etc., so you can also email me, nicola@thegatehouse.org. So Nicola is Nicola, like Apple.
Beautiful. Thank you,
So,
everyone. I don't see any questions or comments in the chat. And that will be then the end of our session today. Thank you so much, everyone, for joining us. Thank you, Nicola, for being here twice this week
thank
to
you.
do trauma-informed yoga practice with us. This has been an exciting conference, and this is our last session. So I want to thank each and every one of you who have shared the links. Continue to share them on social media. If you can make a donation to the Gatehouse, go to thegatehouse.org and click on donate. Thank you so much for your support. Have a safe and wonderful week, everyone.